Welcome to another edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. Once again, for anyone who is as tired of hearing my voice as I am once again doing a variety of different voices. Well, we actually have a pretty funny lineup this week. The news, of course, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news, but what with there not being a town hall meeting this week, we're doing something called Crime Time. And then we finally follow up with another helping of Signs of the Times. That's the show. As for social media, you can watch us on YouTube at Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook, and you can listen on the radio at WERA 96.7 FM. Now let's get on with the news.
As of Sunday evening, July 5th, reports show the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Arlington had exceeded 2,500. Meanwhile, here is part 2 of a list of eating establishments reporting their availability of outdoor seating. Deli Daba at 2424 Wilson Boulevard, 8 tables. Don Tito at 3165 Wilson Boulevard, outdoor capacity unknown. Dudley's Sport and Ale at 2766 South Arlington Mill Drive, 8 tables. Essie's Carriage House at 4030 Lee Highway, 18 tables. Euro Market at 2201 Wilson Boulevard, 3 tables. Federico Ristorante Italiano at 519 23rd Street South, 4 tables. Fireworks Pizza at 2350 Clarendon Boulevard, outdoor capacity unknown. Freddy's Beach Bar and Restaurant at 555 23rd Street South, 10 tables. Good Company Donuts and Cafe at 672 North Glebe Road, 6 tables. Grand Cru Wine Bar and Bistro at 4301 Wilson Boulevard, 20 tables. Green Pig Bistro at 1025 North Fillmore Street, outdoor capacity unknown. Ireland's Four Courts at 2051 Wilson Boulevard, outdoor capacity unknown. Jaleo at 2250A Crystal Drive, 12 tables. Joe's Place Pizza and Pasta at 5555 Lee Highway, 10 tables. Kebab Bazaar at 3133 Wilson Boulevard, 5 tables. La Bettola Italiano at 558 23rd Street South, 6 tables. Lebanese Taverna at 1101 South Joyce Street, 15 tables. Liberty Tavern at 3195 Wilson Boulevard, 13 tables. Los Tios Grill at 513 23rd Street South, 15 seats. Lyon Hall at 3100 Washington Boulevard, outdoor capacity unknown. Maya Bistro at 5649 Lee Highway, 4 tables. Medium Rare at 3601 Fairfax Drive, outdoor capacity unknown. Mehana at 2300 Wilson Boulevard, outdoor capacity unknown. Meridian Pint at 6035 Wilson Boulevard, 6 tables. Ms. Peacock's Champagne Lounge at 929 North Garfield Street, 67 seats. New District Brewing Company at 2709 South Oakland Street, outdoor capacity unknown. O'Sullivan's Irish Pub and Restaurant at 3201 Wilson Boulevard, 13 tables. Pamplona at 3100 Clarendon Boulevard, outdoor capacity unknown. Pupatella at 5104 Wilson Boulevard, outdoor capacity, unknown. But also at 1621 South Walter Reed Drive, 10 tables. Quarterdeck at 1200 North Fort Myer Drive, 20 tables. Quinn's on the Corner at 1776 Wilson Boulevard, 11 tables. Rebellion on the Pike at 2900 Columbia Pike, 16 seats. Rhodeside Grill at 1836 Wilson Boulevard, 14 tables. Rus Uz at 1000 North Randolph Street, outdoor capacity, unknown. Screwtop Wine Bar at 1025 North Fillmore Street, 22 seats. SER Restaurant at 1110 North Glebe Road, 15 tables. Svoglina at 1100 Wilson Boulevard, outdoor capacity, unknown. Sign Irish Pub and Restaurant at 1301 South Joyce Street, 16 tables. Spider Kelly's at 3181 Wilson Boulevard, outdoor capacity, unknown. Spirits of 76 at 3211 Washington Boulevard, outdoor capacity, unknown. Sushi Rock at 1900 Clarendon Boulevard, 4 tables. Taco Pina at 4041 Campbell Avenue, 7 seats. Texas Jack's Barbecue at 2761 Washington Boulevard, 21 tables. Thai Select at 1713 Wilson Boulevard, 5 tables. Thai Treasure at 3811 Fairfax Drive, 4 tables. The Boardroom at 925 North Garfield Street, 67 seats. The Celtic House Irish Pub and Restaurant at 2500 Columbia Pike, 11 tables. The Portofino Restaurant at 526 23rd Street South, outdoor capacity, unknown. The Renegade at 3100 Clarendon Boulevard, outdoor capacity, unknown. Thirsty Bernie at 2163 North Glebe Road, outdoor capacity, unknown. This is Fine Coffee at 2607 Wilson Boulevard, 7 seats. True Food Kitchen at 4238 Wilson Boulevard, 10 tables. TTT Mexican Diner at 2900 Wilson Boulevard, 20 tables. Tupelo Honey at 1515 North Troy Street, 6 seats. Urban Thai Restaurant at 561 23rd Street South, 6 tables. William Jeffries Tavern at 2301 Columbia Pike, 14 tables. Wilson Hardware at 2915 Wilson Boulevard, outdoor capacity, unknown. Yela Bistro at 2201 Northwest Moreland Street, 8 tables. And finally, Yume Sushi, 2121 Northwest Moreland Street, 5 tables. This list may not be exhaustive, but it certainly was tiring to read, so somebody out there had better be hungry. Arlington County has granted $500,000 to provide high-speed internet to students in need. The Joint County School Internet Essentials Grant Program will provide broadband internet access to Arlington's public school students whose families might not be able to afford it otherwise. Elsewhere, the special election for the county board seat previously held by Eric Gutschall was won by Takis Karatonis. The Arlington Public Libraries have announced the permanent cessation of overdue fines. This will reduce their anticipated budget, but help Arlingtonians to afford utilizing library services. However, if you decide not to bring back a book that I want within a reasonable time, I'm going to come looking for you. Now let's keep the mood light for a while longer by going directly to Community Bulletin Board, or CBB.
Our first story is called Cool Creek Critter. Here's a chance for kids to join in a discussion on animals who live in the creek and then explore the creek for themselves. This program is suited for children ages 7 and older. That's on Thursday, July 16th, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. at Barcroft Park, 4200 South 4 Mile Run Drive. Next up, Preschool Playdates. This is for even younger kids, and you can bring them down to explore a weekly theme through story time, movement, and a make and take activity. This program is suited for the ages 2 through 5, and it's on Thursday, July 16th, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. at Highview Park. That's at 1945 North Dinwiddie Street. Then you can learn how Arlington County deals with the many challenges COVID-19 poses to its recycling program. Liz Crowther and Drew Miller are recycling outreach specialists with Arlington's Department of Environmental Services Solid Waste Bureau. Together, they will discuss the tremendous increase in residential waste, changes in county services, and ways you can minimize waste during these difficult times. That's coming up on Friday, July 17th, from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Now, this is an online event, so RSVP to Sheila Budoff at sbudoff@arlingtonva.us to receive a meeting link before the program. Finally, there's something called an adapted nature hike. Everyone is welcome on this paved surfaces hike. This scenic walk does not have steep inclines, and it's a great way to get out into nature. That's on Saturday, July 18th, from 9:30 to 10 o'clock a.m. at the Long Branch Nature Center at Glen Carlin Park, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. All of these events are free, and you can register online at the county's Parks and Recreation website. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy. Our first story is called Drummond Circle. They say playing in a drum circle gives an opportunity for self-expression and to share an engaging group experience. And that's on Tuesday, July 14th, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. at Highview Park, 1945 North Dinwiddie Street. Next up, Cornhole. You can meet your neighbors in a casual backyard game of Cornhole. It's that tossin' target game with the name that makes Midwesterners uncomfortable. That's coming up on Wednesday, July 15th, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. at Gunston Park, 1401 28th Street South. Next up, Seated Strength Exercise. Older adults are invited to join a group for a strength workout. Most of the exercises will be performed while seated, hence the name. That's coming up on Thursday, July 15th, from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock a.m. at Fort Ethan Allen Park, 3829 North Stafford Street. And finally, it's time to get on your dancing shoes and join in for some line dancing. This program is for beginning and intermediate dancers. That's on Saturday, July 17th, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. at Virginia Highlands Park, 1600 South Hayes Street. And that's all for 55 Plus News. I'll see you next time. For anyone who has missed our Easy Being Green segments, here's a special message from Adele Quo. She says, "Hello, Arlington Weekly News and Joe Treefrog, Easy Being Green viewers. We hope you're safe and healthy. We're on hiatus this summer during COVID. We'll be back. In lieu of a report from last Friday's town hall, let's consider something else. I call this crime time. While the role of Arlington's police force is being reconsidered by our residents and public officials, the following information may help viewers and listeners to examine their own opinions about some of the problems that are ongoing. Here is some of the text from the Arlington County July 6th Crime Report. Unlawful entry in the 900 block of North Stewart Street. At approximately 4:21 p.m. on July 2nd, police were dispatched to the report of a subject who had previously attempted to break into a business. Upon arrival, it was determined that at approximately 6:43 a.m., the suspect allegedly gained entry to the secured business. Nothing was stolen from the business, but at approximately 3:10 p.m., the suspect returned to the business and, upon being confronted by staff, fled on foot. Arriving officers located the suspect and took him into custody without incident. Gerald Smith, 56, of no fixed address, was arrested and charged with unlawful entry and held on a secured bond. Indecent exposure. 1200 block of South Eade Street. At approximately 11:55 p.m. on July 4th, police were dispatched to the report of a male exposing himself. Arriving officers located the suspect, who attempted to walk away from them, but then turned back and allegedly exposed himself to the officers, who then took him into custody without incident. David Morris of Fayetteville, North Carolina, was arrested and charged with indecent exposure and drunk in public. He was held on no bond. Another indecent exposure in the 100 block of South Fenwick Street. At approximately 7:04 a.m. on July 4th, police were dispatched to the report of an indecent exposure. Upon arrival, it was determined that the victim observed the male suspect allegedly touching himself inappropriately. Arriving officers located the suspect and took him into custody without incident. Joseph Alexander, 29, of Washington, D.C., was arrested and charged and held on no bond. Brandishing in the 5100 block of 7th Road South. At approximately 10:37 p.m. on July 4th, police were dispatched to the report of a person with a knife. Upon arrival, it was determined that the group of victims were having a party in the park when they were approached by a group of 8 to 10 male subjects brandishing knives who attempted to force them to leave. The suspects fled on foot prior to police arrival, and the victims were not injured. They were described simply as heavy-set males. The investigation is ongoing. A robbery in the 1200 block of South Hayes. At approximately 7:04 p.m. on July 4th, an officer was flagged down by an individual in need of assistance and observed a physical altercation in progress. It was determined that the victim was inside a business when he was approached by 2 male suspects who demanded his phone and money. The suspects assaulted the victim and stole his phone before fleeing. The victim, with the assistance of 2 others, attempted to find the phone. They located and confronted the 2 suspects, who were now with 2 other subjects in the area outside the business, and a physical altercation ensued. As the officer arrived on the scene and observed the altercation, the suspect and subjects fled in a vehicle. The victim was not injured. The vehicle is described as a black Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck. The investigation is ongoing. Attempted burglary in the 2000 block of Wilson Boulevard. At approximately 11:10 a.m. on July 2nd, police were dispatched to the late report of an attempted burglary. Upon arrival, it was determined that at approximately 1:45 a.m., an unknown suspect attempted to gain entry to a business unsuccessfully. The investigation is ongoing. An assault and battery in the 2000 block of 15th Street North. Destruction of property, a vehicle, in the 4300 block of Columbia Pike. Larceny in the 800 block of South Greenbrier Street. Shoplifting in the 1200 block of South Fern Street. Assault and battery in the 3500 block of South 4 Mile Run Drive. Destruction of property, another vehicle, in the 2200 block of Fairfax Drive. More destruction of property, North Quincy Street at Washington Boulevard. Assault and battery in the 2700 block of North Pershing Drive. Disorderly conduct in the 2300 block of South Eads Street. Destruction of property in the 2200 block of Fairfax Drive. Larceny in the 2500 block of 9th Road South. Shoplifting in the 1100 block of South Hayes Street. Assault and battery, South Abingdon Street at 34th Street South. Larceny in the 600 block of North Glebe Road. Assault and battery, 1800 block of Wilson Boulevard. Larceny in the 1200 block of South Hayes Street. More destruction of property, another vehicle, in the 1700 block of Richmond Highway. Larceny in the 4900 block of Columbia Pike. Stolen vehicle, a 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLS 450 from the 600 block of North Glebe Road. A 2018 KTM 690 Enduro motorcycle, stolen from the 3400 block of South Stafford Street. A 2019 Volkswagen Atlas, stolen from the 3200 block of North Abingdon Street. A 2006 Yamaha YZF-R6 motorcycle, stolen from the 3000 block of South Columbus Street. Finally, destruction of property, another vehicle, in the 200 block of South Glebe Road. That concludes the police report. Now here's something from the Arlington County Fire Department website. Illegal fireworks include fireworks that explode, emit flames or sparks to a distance greater than 12 feet, have a burning fuse less than 1 1/2 inches long with a burning rate of less than 4 seconds which emit projectiles, fireworks that explode in any form such as firecrackers, mortars, or cherry bombs, fireworks that leave the ground or rise in the air other than a fountain such as bottle rockets, mortars, or Roman candles. Permissible fireworks shall be used on private property with the permission of the property owner. Use of any fireworks on county, state, or federal property such as streets, schools, and parks, or any public right-of-way is prohibited. The penalty for possession, distribution, use, or sale of illegal fireworks is a Class 1 misdemeanor, which is punishable by a fine of up to $2,500 or 12 months in jail, or both, and confiscation of the fireworks. Parties are subject to additional charges for use of illegal fireworks, such as failure to obtain a fireworks permit. Nevertheless, we hope that everyone had a happy 4th of July weekend. Although most of the local parades were canceled, Arlingtonians commemorated Independence Day in a number of smaller ways. There were big flags, and bigger flags, and clothing that featured a flag motif, and decorated bicycles, and rows of smaller flags, and a face mask flag, and notably a front yard display with both an American flag and a Black Lives Matter sign, proving that it's possible to support both. And those were some of the signs of the times this past weekend in Arlington. And that concludes this week's show. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington, along with some on-the-ground observations. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.
Bye.